I am absolutely losing my mind over this new dynamic duo that the writers are giving us. Can we please talk about the sheer perfection that is the coordination between Jacob Hawthorne's relentless criminal investigations and Bradley Smitty Smith's hard-hitting journalistic exposés? It is the ultimate team-up, and I am here for every single second of it. Their collaboration has been so incredibly successful lately, especially with all the insane drama surrounding the plasma ring and the red market. But now it looks like Smitty is about to officially extend an offer to Jacob for a brand new partnership, and my jaw is on the floor. Smitty wants to bring Jacob in to investigate the highly suspicious, completely baffling disappearance of Lynette Wise. Yes, finally, someone is actually looking into this mess. I have been screaming at my television for weeks, wondering when someone was going to realize that Lynette didn't just pack up and go on a permanent vacation. Smitty is asking Jacob to use his police resources and investigative genius to dig into this mystery, and I genuinely believe this is the beginning of the end for some of our most hated characters in Fairmont Crest. Let's rewind for a second because my brain is literally short-circuiting trying to process all the clues they've been dropping. Previously, we saw Smitty and Tomas Navarro discussing the whole Lynette situation, and they had two completely different lines of reasoning. Tomas, bless his heart, can sometimes be a little too logical or maybe just blind to the true darkness lurking in this town. But Smitty has that investigative journalist gut instinct that never fails. Smitty strongly believes that Lynette's disappearance is not voluntary. He suspects that she was threatened, coerced, or let's be entirely honest here, that something much, much worse happened to her. And what is the massive red flag that set Smitty's radar off? The real estate deal. Lynette abruptly and completely out of nowhere canceled her house purchasing contract with Vanessa McBride. Who does that? You don't just drop a massive real estate transaction, ghost your agent, and vanish into thin air unless someone is holding a metaphorical or literal gun to your head. Vanessa was totally blindsided by the sudden cancellation, and that abrupt move is exactly what cemented Smitty's suspicion that Lynette has been compromised. I am so glad Smitty is connecting the dots because Vanessa was just left holding the bag, completely unaware of the sinister reasons behind the canceled contract. Now, this brings me to the absolute most infuriating part of this entire storyline, and I know you guys are going to agree with me in the comments. Are Smitty and Jacob finally going to uncover the dark, twisted truth about Haley Hamilton and Randy Parker? Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for these two to get busted. We all know that this diabolical cousin duo is the reason Lynette vanished so mysteriously. They made her disappear, and right now, it feels like the investigation has hit a dead end because there is zero information on Lynette's whereabouts. But if Jacob gets involved, Jacob is a bloodhound. He will not stop until he finds the truth. Let's take a trip down memory lane and talk about how this entire catastrophic mess started. Haley, in her infinite lack of wisdom, decided to stage a fake mugging and partnered up with Lynette to pull it off. Why? Why is Haley always doing the absolute most to manipulate Bill? But of course, because Haley's a walking disaster, the plan backfired spectacularly. Lynette realized she had leverage and backed Haley into a massive, suffocating corner. Lynette was threatening her, blackmailing her, and pushing Haley to the absolute brink. If the truth came out, Bill Hamilton would have discovered her lies, and Haley's entire gold-digging empire would have crumbled to the ground. So what does Haley do when she is backed into a corner and panicking? She cries to her shady henchman cousin, Randy Parker. Randy had to swoop in and handle the Lynette situation before Haley was completely exposed. If Randy hadn't intervened in the nick of time, Haley would have been out on the street with nothing but the clothes on her back. But here is the million-dollar question. What exactly did Randy do to Lynette? Did he just pay her off and threaten her to leave town? Or did he cross the line into something permanent and deadly? The suspense is literally eating me alive. But here is where I think the entire house of cards is going to come crashing down. And it is entirely because of Haley's own stupidity. Is it just me? Or is Haley one of the most reckless, impulsive characters we have ever seen on this show? She thinks she is this criminal mastermind, but she is so incredibly careless with her words. I have this massive, undeniable feeling that Haley is going to accidentally slip up and say something to Smitty that will trigger his ultimate suspicion. Think about it. Smitty recently sat down with Haley and literally told her that his next big article is going to focus on the red market, Leah Whitmore, and Lynette Wise. And what did Haley do? She sat there batting her eyelashes, faking concern for Lynette, hoping that Smitty would bring justice for Leah. Are you kidding me? I was screaming at my screen. Haley is playing a very dangerous game of cat and mouse with a man who makes a living out of exposing liars. Haley is so foolish that she genuinely believes the things she says are helping Randy and covering their tracks. But in reality, her words are going to be the exact knife that stabs Randy in the back. She is going to try to act innocent, maybe drop a detail that only the person involved in Lynette's disappearance would know, and Smitty is going to catch it immediately. Smitty is way too smart to miss a slip-up like that. Haley's desperate attempts to control the narrative will be her ultimate downfall. And by extension, she is going to drag Randy right down to prison with her. And let's talk about Randy for a second. Randy has been doing all the dirty work, taking all the risks, and for what? To protect a cousin who can't even keep her mouth shut. If Haley accidentally exposes their crime to Smitty, Randy is going to absolutely lose his mind. The betrayal, the sheer incompetence, it is going to tear their little criminal alliance apart. I am so ready to see them turn on each other when Jacob and Smitty start tightening the noose around. Imagine the sheer, unadulterated drama when Jacob Hawthorne starts officially questioning Haley. Jacob is already dealing with so much trauma and anger from the plasma ring and losing Derek. He is a man on a mission, and he has zero patience for liars. If Smitty points Jacob in Haley's direction, Jacob is going to interrogate her until she cracks like an egg. Haley thinks she can manipulate men, but Jacob is immune to her toxic charm. He is going to see right through her fake tears and her innocent act. And what about Bill Hamilton? Oh my goodness, Bill has been so completely blind to the monster he married. He is currently being poisoned by this woman, completely unaware that she is plotting his demise to collect a $10 million life insurance. But what happens when Smitty and Jacob expose that his precious wife is also involved in the disappearance and potential murder of Lynette Wise? Bill's ego is going to shatter into a million pieces. He thought he was in control, but he has been sleeping next to a sociopath. I honestly cannot wait for the look of pure horror on Bill's face when the police arrive at his door to arrest Haley. This storyline is giving me everything I need and more. The writing is phenomenal. The stakes are higher than they have ever been. And the fact that Smitty and Jacob are teaming up is just the cherry on top of this dramatic sundae. They are the absolute perfect duo to take down Haley and Randy. Smitty has the platform, the intellect, and the access to the community, while Jacob has the badge, the authority, and the relentless drive for justice. Together, they are an unstoppable force, and Haley doesn't stand a chance. I am literally counting down the seconds until the next episode. Will Haley's big mouth finally be her undoing? Will Randy realize that his cousin is a massive liability before it's too late? And what actually happened to Lynette Wise? Is she locked away somewhere, or is she gone for good? I need answers, and I need them now. What do you guys think? Drop your theories in the comments below. Do you think Haley is going to accidentally confess to Smitty? Do you think Jacob is going to be the one to finally slap the handcuffs on her? Let me know, because I am obsessing over this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a rant. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.